before, I think the biggest myth that's out there is they're complicated, they're hard, it's hard to get a loan, or you can't get a loan, and they're very difficult loans, etc., etc. Short answer is, the self-managed super with the right professionals around you pretty much should take care of most of the paperwork, if you like, for you. Once that's done, and let's say in the example here where we've gone through and we've looked at a property to put inside the self-managed super, which is what you see in the blue box on the bottom left, and we're going to borrow some money from a lender to fund that. So for those of you who don't know, back in 2007, which was September 2007, the rules were changed around super, where under a self-managed super fund structure, it was then allowed to buy property and also gear or borrow money to do that within. So what it means for people who might have $200,000 or $300,000 sitting in there, and it could be combined between husband and wife, for example, they're then able to explore some great options where they can take that balance of, say, 200K and build that up with an asset like property to around the 400 or 450K. So they've really given their super a real boost and put an asset in there, which I think is a sensible asset, to then hopefully try and meet that gap that we talked about a little bit earlier. So the benefits out the other end are, they're fantastic once they're set up, because the margin rates or tax rates in there are great. And when it comes to things like capital gains that we spoke about a little bit earlier, once you hit retirement mode, the wonderful thing about self-managed super is it's zero capital gains once you get to that mode out the other end. So a little way off for most of us, but certainly something worth looking at. There are risks. You are responsible for the money that sits in the bank account. It's got to have a compliance certificate once a year, but again, with and a tax return, but with the right professionals around you, that's taken care of. So really think about exploring it. Again, don't jump out and do it, and don't go and do it because you want to buy a property. That's not why you do a self-managed super fund. There's a lot of other reasons. That's certainly one of them, but really go and have a good look at this particular platform. So how do you make some simple changes? And we talked about lending structure. So